about the review. Joining us now, former senior advisor to President Biden's 2020 campaign, Alencia Johnson. She is founder and head of the social impact agency 1063 West Broad. Alencia, thank you so much for being here today. We have been talking all morning about the president, and he's going to Georgia in a few hours to deliver a major speech on voting rights. And White House aides have previewed that he is going to push for at least some sort of change to the Senate filibuster. Now, that's no guarantee that it's going to happen. What do you want to hear from him today?
Well, I want to hear President Biden be extremely forceful about how voting rights is one of the most critical issues of our democracy right now, as forceful as he was on the campaign trail battling for the soul of our nation. This is the soul of our nation. He's going to Georgia where, quite frankly, it's ground zero. We recall that when Georgia delivered the presidency for President Biden and two Democratic senators, the GOP in Georgia decided that things weren't going right, and they implemented partisan gerrymandering. They implemented a partisan voter suppression that's going to make it harder for people to vote. And so we'll hear today President Biden being extremely forceful about the Freedom to Vote Act that will get rid of partisan gerrymandering. It will make voting a lot easier, expand early voting. We'll also hear from him talking about the John Lewis Voting Rights Act that will restore preclearance, that will make sure that states cannot discriminate when they are enacting voter laws, right? And this is something that had bipartisan support years ago, decades ago, right? Right now it does not. Unfortunately, it has become a partisan thing. You've heard Mitch McConnell talk about it. And we've heard President Biden say in the last few weeks that if we cannot pass this with bipartisan support, if we cannot get the bipartisan support in the Senate, he will consider other actions, including rethinking the Senate laws.
So there's been growing discontent among Democrats who are saying that the president, it's too much rhetoric and not enough action. We know that Stacey Abrams, who's a national star in the party and likely the Democratic nominee for governor, she's skipping today. A bunch of civil rights groups have also said they won't attend, and others have said, hey, we want to see something real by Martin Luther King Day, which of course is less than a week away, or you might not be able to count on our votes this fall in the midterms. What's your assessment of these pressure tactics?
Well, I'm nodding my head because I completely understand them. Again, Georgia is ground zero. It is the battleground. And so many of these activists and leaders have overcome so many laws that were enacted to suppress their votes in the past few years, especially to deliver for President Biden. And what they're saying, I understand the frustration. We've been talking about voting rights for so long. We haven't seen any action. We need to see something in order for us to believe that we are going to do something about this. Let's not get it twisted. You've been talking about this. We've been talking about this all over TV. In addition to voting rights, what has happened on January 6th, that is because of the big lie, because of the election, quote unquote, integrity that many people are pushing against, right? And so activists are tired of overcoming voter suppression tactics without some support from their federal government to ensure that voting will be that voting will be easier for people of color, for young people, for marginalized communities where these laws have been directly attacking. So I understand what they're doing. It's a pressure campaign. It's saying, hey, we need some concrete solutions. I'm hopeful that the Senate will take up a vote on these bills so that we know where people stand and whether or not we should target the filibuster, which I'm sure we will have to. And these activists are saying, if you want us to deliver again, particularly in the midterms, you've got to give us something, the thing that we fought for in 2020.
Well, we'll certainly have full coverage of the president's speech. Vice President Harris also addressing the audience today in Georgia all day here on MSNBC. Alencia Johnson, we really appreciate you being here today. Come back soon.